Hey everybody, welcome. Alright, so it is the end of October. We're already in November. It's time to do a vinyl haul. I got a lot of records last month. So let's get straight into it. While I still have this coffee surging through my veins. We have Beck's Odelay album from Vinylmnky, Please. This was the album of the month. Amazing album. It was a beautiful reissue. If you're not familiar with this record, just do yourself a favor and pick it up. It is one of my favorites. I remember hearing Devil's Haircut for the first time and just falling in love with the music, his voice. I thought it was just so interesting and weird, and it really just captured my attention. And I mean, he doesn't disappoint. The whole album is just a solid album. You have the inside here with like these outline sketches and production notes and thank yous. And then of course on the back side, you have this random collage, different things going on, which is kind of fitting since the record is kind of like that. It's random, it introduces different genres and kind of blends them together. And they work when they shouldn't have, but because I think Beck is so talented as a musician, he can get away with doing something like that. It's just a beautiful album. It just flies and transitions into this amazing thing. Highly recommend it as always. And the packaging and the package itself was just even sweeter. And they threw in this awesome sticker. I'm a huge fan of stickers, so I love seeing that in there. And then the record itself was, of course, sleeved in this polypaper sleeve. But it also came pressed in this beautiful, like bourbon color. It's smoky with, it's got a little bit of the black in there. It is just an amazing, solid, heavy pressing. It sounds great. I love this album digitally on CD, but to hear it on vinyl is just like a whole new experience. And I haven't listened to it in a long time, so when I put it on the player, I kind of just got reintroduced to his music and to this album, and those old feelings I had about it when I was younger sort of just came out of me again, and I don't know, it was really cool. So if you want $10 off, you want to get this record, send me your email in a link, or I'm sorry, in a comment or a message, and I will send you the referral link so you can get those 10 bucks. I'll get $10 so we can get more records. But let's move forward here to another classic. This is from Enjoy the Ride Records. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Yo Home to Bel-Air, 12-inch single, 45 RPM radio remix or radio mix. And on the B side you have Parents Just Don't Understand, which is a song that I wasn't very familiar with. Kind of storytelling type of thing that he had going on with that song. The record was pressed and of course sleeved in a polypaper sleeve. I really love when they do that. The record was pressed in this tricolor. The green's translucent, the pink and the blue are solid. It's got a little bit of overlap, which I really like. And it comes with these custom labels. There's a limited pressing here, heavy pressing of this album. I love this show. I love this song. Grew up watching it. I remember seeing it before I would change the channel and watch The Simpsons, which was like my routine pretty much my whole childhood. But yeah, so a lot of great memories with this album too. Sort of had like a little nostalgia trip with these two albums. If you want to learn more about Enjoy the Ride, I will link them in the description. They're pressing some really cool stuff over there. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like 7-inch singles that they did were just insane. And they did this new one where like they filled it with this radioactive goo and they had little baby turtles on the inside. So it spins and it's kind of got the whole thing kind of like a lava lamp. It's just insane looking. They're very limited in pressing, so they will go fast. So it's always good to just watch what they're putting up and follow them on social media or whatever. But yeah, they'll be in the description below. Now, I have another record that I unboxed this month. This one is the one I did last week from Vinylmnky, my first one. They sent me Haunted Paradise by Black Atlas, R&B singer from Canada. It's a gatefold. Let me show you what this sleeve looks like. Just amazing artwork. It's very dark and very fitting to the album. They threw in this little insert here, giving you some information about the artist, about the music. The thing that really kind of separates them from all the other subscription services is the fact that they are also working with artists that are, you know, not only working with artists that are gonna be, they're up and coming and just about to break through. They include them in the process. And this month, he actually signed the sleeve. Sometimes it's signed like Prince or whatever, but no, he like wrote on the sleeve, and that's like actual Sharpie, which I still can't get over. Usually when they do something like that, it's like repressed and printed with like a signed copy of one. It's like legitly signed by him. And then the record is a heavy pressing of this album, and it's in this traditional black vinyl. You got these black inner labels as well. I highly recommend this. I'm not a big fan of R&B. I'm very picky. I don't have too much of it in my collection. But this album kind of blew me away. I was really impressed by it. They mentioned that it was sort of like stripped down R&B, and it was. He introduces a couple of instruments, but they're used to their potential, and his voice is just this. He hits those high notes. To me, that's very satisfying to just hear it. It's like that accent point, you know. But I mean, overall, very impressed with it. He's recorded, wrote, and produced this thing himself, which is phenomenal. So one man just machine that just creates amazing, sexy music. And it came sleeved up actually in this really heavy like plastic sleeve. It looks super indestructible. I think they're doing a giveaway. I think that's still going on. I'll link that in the description if it is. I'll link them as well so you can check them out. You may be able to win something and get some free music and sleeves. So that's always really cool. So that does it for the unboxing records that I got this month. Here are some of the records I picked up from thrift stores and swap meets. Starting off with the classy Frank Sinatra, his greatest hits. The record sleeve itself is actually pretty decent condition. It's got some wear in the front, but the spine and the top and everything look pretty decent. The record still housed in its original paper sleeve. It's got ABC Records printed all over it, and the record is perfect. I mean, it's clean. It sounds amazing. Couldn't ask for a better original pressing of this album. Well, this might be a reissue from, I don't know. I don't even know when this was printed. I tried to look for a date to see when, but I'll have to do some more research on it to see if this is a original pressing or not. But I always love the labels from Reprise. They're so awesome. I want to say they look vintage, but they are. They're very vintage. So anyways, I picked this up for like $2. Or actually, I think my girlfriend got this for me. She's always at the swap meet, and they have a bunch of these. They always have a lot of Frank, so my collection has grown quite a bit. So thank you, babe, for looking out and getting this record for me. This next one I picked up at a thrift store. Again, it's another Frank Sinatra album, but this one includes Count Basie. Basie, I still can't figure out how to pronounce his name. It's a historic musical first. They teamed up and they released this album. Whoa, hold on. Let me get the record out of the way real quick. Let me show you what the inside looks like. I really love this layout of the gatefold. It looks really, really cool. And then of course you have them in the back here, looking super serious, yet still super classy. And the sleeve is in pretty decent condition. Got a bit of a dent on the top in the corner here, but other than that, can't complain. Off the Reprise label as well. I used my own polypaper sleeve for this because the other one, actually I don't think it even came with one. It was just thrown in there. And that always kind of scares me because I'm afraid the record's going to be beat up. But it actually was pretty clean. Paid I think $2 or $1 for this one. And then you got Frank on the top there. Again, beautiful labels on the inside. It sounds amazing. I had picked up, again, one of Basie's records before I picked up this one. So I was familiar with his music. It was a blind pickup, and now I'm like a big fan of his music. And having Frank sing along to him is just kind of like the cherry on top. So, beautiful album. I really enjoyed it. And then last record, so you guys can go and live your lives, is the hit sounds of Dean Martin. So I kind of have a Rat Pack thing going on. You got 1,000,001, Come Running Back, Today Is Not the Day. I Ain't Gonna Try It Anymore is one of my favorite songs on this record. At first look, the sleeve looked pretty good, really nice, but then I realized how cracked it was at the top. I might have to put tape on it, but I don't know, we'll see. It's a mono pressing, which is cool. I actually took the record out of its original sleeve. As you can see, it's super yellowed out and kind of dusty. I didn't want to be scratching the record with any of that, so I cleaned it and I put it in the poly paper sleeve to keep it nice and preserved there. And then of course, it looks super nice. Awesome label on the inside. I love that they do so much color and they throw in some images. But yeah, can't complain. It's Dean Martin, $2. Gotta have it. I think I'm building up my collection of his music as well. So hopefully I'll maybe do a Dean Martin haul and then do a Frank one. I already did an Nancy Sinatra one. She's one of my favorites. Just in love with her. But yeah, there it is. We're done. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. If you want to follow me in any social media, links are in the description. You can follow me through any of these. Hopefully I'll have some more unboxings for you next month, and then of course more records. I got another stack of records that I'm already gonna prep for next month. Really excited to listen to them again. But anyways, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you guys on the next one.